Wow. Well, good morning. Good morning. I am Cindy Smarsh, and I'm very happy to welcome you here today. I'm so glad you chose to come here. I know you have lots of choices you can make, so I really, really appreciate you being here. And those of you who are on Zoom and Facebook, we say hi to you as well. So at Unity of Lawrence, we always start with, light and love. And we also love to start with prayer. And this week, we decided it was time for a special prayer. So the leader of our chaplains, Diane Silver, is going to lead us in a special prayer. Thank you, Diane.
Hi, everybody. This is a special prayer going out to everyone who was in Kansas City for the parade, for the rally, to all people like myself who are watching it live on TV, and for anyone who's just aware. So let us take a deep breath and center ourselves. At this moment, right now, we know we are in the presence of the divine. We feel the force of God, our own force flowing within us and outside of us. We have the strength of all spirit that we need. We pray first and foremost for the woman who was killed and for her family. We pray for all who were wounded and for their families. We pray healing of body and soul. We see them strong in all ways that they need strength, and we pour our love into them right now, here, and in the future. We pour our love into everyone who was at the scene, to everyone who was there for joy and had that joy changed in a moment. We know that the joy will return. We know also that healing will fill our hearts, is filling our hearts now, is filling Kansas City, is filling everyone who was involved. And most of all, we know at this time that this is a moment where historians in the future will look back and go, this is where it changed. This is where the desperate need to protect yourself with a gun changed. This is where the despair changed. This is where we as a nation healed. It may not be obvious in this moment, but in the future people will say, this is when it happened. We are whole. We are healing. We do not need to know the exact answer to this issue, but we hold in our hearts, in our mind, the joy, the love, the calm, the peace that is healing our country right now. We know this is true. We believe it with all our hearts. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Diane. Yes, I really want to hold a vision of peace for everyone, for our country, for our world. That is a vision that I cling to, and I appreciate your powerful prayer on behalf of the events of this week, not only that happened in Kansas City, but also in Texas and other places. I even heard that there have been more mass shootings in our country this year than days of the year. And so, yes, peace and healing, love and light, we want to bring all of that to this situation. So thank you. And just so you know, our prayer chaplains are trained to hold sacred space and pray for you one-on-one as well. So if there's anything in your heart you want to be held in prayer, you have several choices. You can either meet one of our chaplains up here in the front of the sanctuary following the service if you would like, or there are little purple slips of paper in front of you, in the seats in front of you. Should be a pen there too. You can write out your prayer requests, and they will be taken under consideration all week, all month. And then there's a little wooden box out in the foyer. You can put those in if you would like. So chaplains will also visit you in times of need. So just let us know, and know that your prayers will be held in the greatest confidence as well. Okay, so the other thing we love to do here is sing. So let's stand and join Holly in singing I Start My Day.
Start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel the sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel the sweet release of peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. And now let's reach out and greet our neighbors.
Okay, everybody, let's get back to our seats. Okay, everybody, let's get back to our spots. And we're going to do something different before you sit down. So stay standing if you can. Find your spots. Okay. So what I want to do is everybody stand up and turn around, and we're going to send some love to the people on Zoom. Wave, send them a heart, send them love, blow them a kiss, send them a hug, live in light, and love, all that. Woo! Hello! Good to have you here. Awesome.
We're going to sing that some joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. I start my day I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get for all is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love.
Nice. Okay, thank you, everybody. I hope you on Zoom really felt special. We've never done that before, but it was kind of fun, wasn't it? Yeah, I think we'll spread the love more often that way if we can. All right, so let's share our unity intentions right now. So first, we're going to do Unity's founding principle. Those will be up there for you to read together with me. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the source of all good. And the Unity of Lawrence vision statement together. United in divine love and joy, we celebrate a peaceful and abundant world for all. And our Unity of Lawrence mission statement together. We are a thriving spiritual community, sharing love, building bridges, and inspiring transformation. And now it is my pleasure to welcome our special musical guest, Leela.
Clear out the frogs in our. Wherever you go, whatever you do, be in love, be in love. Whenever you're high, whenever you're blue, be in love, be in love. In the morning, when you rise, in your laughter, and when you cry, in the evening when you close your eyes, be in love. Wherever you are, whatever you do, be in love, be in love. Whenever you're high, whenever you're blue, be in love, be in love. When you hear the music of the whirling lovers, la 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 la. When you hear the music of the whirling lovers, leap and join the circle, be in love. Wherever you are, whatever you do, be in love, be in love. Whenever you're high, whenever you're blue, be in love, be in love. Beside Lose yourself in this love. Lose yourself. Lose yourself in this love. In this love. In this love. You will find everything in this love. In this love. You will find everything. There's a place where the words are born of silence. There's a place where the whispers of the heart arise. Now enter that silence. This is the surest way to lose yourself. Lose yourself in this love. Lose yourself. Lose yourself in this love. There's a place where the voices sing your beauty. There's a place where every breath carves an image in your soul. Now into that silence. Escape from the dark cloud that surrounds you, and you will see your own light, radiant as the full moon. Now enter that silence. This is the surest way to lose yourself. In this love, lose yourself. Lose yourself in this love. In this love. In this love. You will find everything in this love. In this love. You will find everything. In this love, lose yourself. In this love, lose yourself. In this love.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. It's such joy to see people in their element, isn't it? It's just, I love it. Thank you so much. Those were beautiful pieces. So our speaker this morning is our friend Phil Roger, and he is in his 4th year in Unity and Lawrence. He is a Texican, having spent the last 13 years in Mexico. Okay. Retired from 29 years of teaching art, he now mostly just meditates, creates art, plays guitar, and enjoys the love, energy, and community of Unity. His daughter and granddaughter reside in Baldwin City and are to blame for his being here with us. Lucky us. Welcome, Phil.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, I've got some stuff here that I want to share about meditation. But before I get into that, is that, there's people that live in the world and are of the world, and they spend most of their time unhappy and suffering and living the life of the modern world. The ego personality governs that world. And so they continue to do whatever it does that harms them and keeps them unhappy. And they can do that for lifetime after lifetime, perhaps. But then there's other people that kind of start to feel there's an emptiness inside them. There's something missing. Or they hear about this whole spiritual path business, and they're interested, they're curious, and they start looking around. And so it takes a while to kind of find the gate, the doorway to your path. And when we find that gate and we open it and we take one step on that path, we have found the greatest treasure that a human being can find. Now, that doesn't mean we don't have a trip to take. I've been thinking of Dorothy and the Yellow Brick Road. It wasn't a quick trip to Oz. There were places to stop off. Actually, the original story's kind of terrifying, really. So anyhow, meditation is one path, one aspect of a spiritual path. It is a slow process of unfolding, of learning, making mistakes, remembering, forgetting, taking detours, getting distracted, blah, blah, blah. So when we find that path, what we're actually doing, in my opinion, is we're responding to this call. In the Vedic tradition, there's the thing called the Bhagavad Gita, the song of God, that the love of God is so mysterious and powerful and beyond any kind of understanding, and yet it's drawing us into itself. It's pulling us. It's like the tractor beam in Star Trek. It's pulling us back into the remembrance of our true nature. Listen to our unity principles. God is the source of all that is. We are, therefore, we are that. And we can co-create with that. So, I'm not selling anything to anybody at all, but unity is a good path. It's in line with what's called the perennial philosophy. All of the true paths converge in those basic principles. So anyhow, I'm real happy to be here. And I'm happy that you're here, and it's a beautiful day. And so hopefully we can add to that very quickly here. Now, every Tuesday we have a thing called open meditation. It's called open meditation because I don't have a name for it. It's open to an open mind, open to infinite possibilities, open to having no labels. And open means allow, just allow this process to unfold. This tractor beam of love that's pulling us, and we can control it a little bit on this side, but it's really much more effective when we just relax and let it draw us into itself. So we have to learn to kind of surrender and relax on the spiritual path. And meditation is not the only practice. I'm biased. I've been meditating for a long time. I literally met metaphysically Paramahansa Yogananda in 1969 and followed that path. And I met in the flesh Swami Satchidananda and did that for a while. And then I got involved in charismatic Christianity and got into mystical Christianity for a while. And then that fizzled out. I had my first divorce. The wife got the church and I got my life back. So I dove into Taoism and Tai Chi Chuan and things like that. And eventually I found a Buddhist tradition that I was in for about 17 years. And I was a teacher of Tibetan Buddhism in all those years. So I've seen a lot of people meditating and trying to learn to meditate. And what I've learned is it's not for everyone. You may not be really in a position where you want to start going within because, and I'll get to that in a minute, stuff happens. And until you're really prepared for that, you need to have a desire for it. You need to have a hunger for your spiritual awakening, for it to really kick in, has been my experience. If we don't know where our path is or what our path is, then we can pray for clarity, to ask for it. Show me, where, what do I do? And so that works quite well. Because, like I said, there's this force that's pulling us back into itself. All we're doing is creating a cooperative relationship with that, and it'll pull us right in. So meditation, contemplation, and prayer are all kind of in the same neighborhood, but there's subtle differences. And so I don't want to really spend much time on this. So I just made a list. I do not want to spend a lot of time explaining these things. So I listed the obstacles to awakening. Why people don't stick with meditation. They try it and they don't stick with it. They get frustrated. So number one, the ego freaks out because it knows that its number is up. Let's be nice. Ego's job is to keep us where we are, to protect that persona, that image that we present to the world and to ourselves, really. So it's going to get a new job assignment. We're going to understand the emptiness of the ego. The ego is temporary. It's a construction that started even before we came out of our mother. We started programming a self, a sense of self. I love that song, let go of the self and enter the kingdom of love. The spiritual realm is love. And we can experience ourselves as that love. So that's one thing. I said I wasn't going to get into these. So anyhow, the dreaded monkey mind. A lot of people start to meditate and they say, oh, I'll never be able to calm my mind. Well, that's the meditation, is watching your mind jump around. It's just be patient. It'll get tired. It'll start cooperating with you. The ego will say, hey, I can take some time off. Oh, all right, thanks, that's great. Then just boredom. People think there's really not much happening, which is totally incorrect. That we have expectations. We sit in meditation, we think, oh, I want to feel something, I want to see something, I want to have an experience. Some days that happens, and when it does, you will not forget it. But other days, it's just, okay. So anyhow, impatience. We just really want to get going. If we are enthusiastic and eager to do this, we kind of take our time. Fear. We're just afraid when that ego starts getting challenged and we start looking at the deeper aspects of it. It can be kind of spooky for some people. And one of my personal favorites is thinking we have better things to do. And I thought, well, if people were as enthusiastic about their spiritual path as they are about football, we'd have a room full of Buddhas. We already do, but not all of you know it yet. So, so the benefits of meditation, I'm really going to run through these. If you're interested, you can look them up, because there's quite a few of them. I'm just going to rattle them off. Cultivation of profound inner peace, enhanced focus, amplified intuition, synchronizes all the bodily functions, raises your vibration, supercharges your prayers and intentions, reduces self-deception, cultivates clarity. The divine is revealed in all of creation, the unity of nature, opens the heart to divine love, love one another, the true meaning of the namaste, develops patience and concentration, reveals the truth of our nature, brings a clear comprehension of the impermanence of the ego personality, opens us to the spaciousness of source consciousness, reliance on direct realization beyond conceptual knowledge, enables us to experience all is one. That's a short list. So that's not really what I want to talk about. What I want to do is take us through the meditation system that we use on Tuesdays. It's very simple, and there's just a few parts. Now, I'm going to kind of talk a lot, but what I would suggest you do, if you feel like it, is to go ahead and close your eyes and just relax and think of this, the rest of my presentation, as a meditation. So we start off getting comfortable. Relax into your body. Relax into the present moment, which is really harder than it sounds. We want to let go of the past and the future. Switch them off. Bring your energy into the center of your being and be present. The Eckhart Tolle thing, just really be present. And one of the best ways to do that is to watch the breath. It's one of the most common practices in different forms of meditation. But we can take that deeper. When we watch our breath, we are bringing into our body life force. We can call it prana, we can call it chi, we can call it bioelectric, whatever. It's a thing. It is life itself. In Aramaic, the word for spirit and the word for breath are the same. The implication being that we are breathing spirit. We are breathing God. God is life. So if we can just remember that, just briefly when we start watching that breath and appreciate the magnificence of that breath and of life itself, very good time to generate a strong sense of gratitude for life itself. Love for life, joy in existence. Let these elevated emotions sort of empower the breath to take us deeper into the silent stillness. Now, the next step, now you can do the breath. That can be a meditation in itself. You can do just the breathing meditation for as long as you wish. I'm talking years, however long you want to do it. Then, what's going to happen, however, is that you're going to start feeling extremely good. You're going to feel peaceful. This silent stillness is a calming of the mind in the present moment. And the inner peace begins to arise. Now, in spiritual study, there's a lot of what I call slippery words. Peace is one of them. It's hard to hear the word peace and not think about its opposite. That's the dualistic peace. It comes and goes. It can be fractured in outer circumstance. This peace is untouchable. This peace is the first reflection of our true nature, which is that indwelling divinity. It is a stillness. I prefer the word serenity. It is a serene state, a feeling of everything just being right, being perfectly what it is. And in that sense, it's perfectly what it is, even if it's not great. This is what's happening. This is where we live in the present moment. And the nature of this present moment is this silent stillness. We can cultivate that. It becomes stronger. It becomes like a superpower, so that when something disturbs our inner peace, we recognize it. Okay, what am I attached to? What am I afraid of? What am I forgetting about my nature? So that inner peace is a very strong indicator that we need to kind of adjust our thought, adjust our speech, adjust our actions, and move on, move back into that stillness, because it comes and goes. The mind is going to keep moving. The goal is not to stop the mind. It's to separate ourselves from it, to become the observer of the mind and not be caught up in what the mind is dealing with. Because it's always the same old stuff. People, places, time, things, obligations. It's momentary stuff. So we come back to that center, back to that peaceful state that anchors us in the present moment. We can cultivate that deeper and deeper and deeper until it becomes totally unshakable. And stuff can get really kind of complicated out in the outer world. And yeah, you'll go through a thing, but then you come back to that inner peace very quickly, very quickly. It doesn't completely upset you for hours and days and years. So that is a very strong aspect of the meditation. So the next step is a little more complicated. Now, we can stay with just the peace. That's a full meditation. There's 2 meditations right there. The goal of the open meditation is to give people experiences so they can kind of put their own meditation practice together. That's why it's open. It's not any particular tradition, any particular school of meditation. It's the end result of my experience. So the next step is a little tricky because what we want to do is to release, listen carefully, release reliance upon the content of the conceptual mind. So we face the fact that we are not this body. This body is a wonderful, magnificent thing. We need it. It's useful, but it's not the truth of how we exist. It has an expiration date. And that love world does not. So we let go of the idea of being someone with a name and a gender and a race and all those descriptors, all the things that we have learned to define ourselves as, we release them. We release reliance upon them. And when you're out of the meditation, all that stuff's still there. You can use it. In the meditation, I'm choosing to not engage in any thought that defines my reality. Now, this takes practice. Again, the ego's not going to like it. It's going to take a little time. So we can, again, focus on the breath. And what is left when we accomplish this releasing reliance is nothing. It's empty. It is a vast, empty space of pure consciousness, pure awareness, which is our nature. So we can find in that stillness a single point where we can observe ourselves being aware of being aware. That's the first step. After a while, we can start focusing on being that awareness. And then we drop the being and we just experience ourselves as that awareness. It's not an intellectual process. It's not an idea. It's an energetic experience. So we're raising our frequency. We want to get out of what's called high beta, which is the, 4 o'clock traffic on a Friday afternoon, that world. Lower beta, a little calmer, but still a little jittery. We get down into alpha, then things start to level out. We go deeper into theta and ultimately even gamma, then the mind starts to become very, very still. And when it does, we know this oneness. We find this awareness. We become this awareness. We experience ourselves as this awareness. Then, it's a very short trip from that to the source of that awareness. So if we can get to that point where we have released reliance to some degree, maybe not 100%. Things start happening way before we get to 100%. Forget about 100%, because there's a very good possibility that the spiritual path does not end. My homeboy Carl Jung says that Buddhahood is not a final state. that there are stages after stages of enlightenment that go way beyond our understanding. So when we go into that silent stillness and that vastness of the divine spirit, we are plugging into the quantum field. And that is said to be infinite possibility. So we are merging with a frequency, a creative frequency, the creative power of the universe. We are aligning with it. We are attuning with that. And in time, with practice, we feel the connection to the source. We are in the presence of God. Now, what we do there is your business. You can listen, you can feel it, but you can talk to it. You can speak to it. Your intentions, your prayers, all of that stuff is amplified dramatically when we are in that frequency. And so we can cultivate this, and we can know these things to be true. I'm not telling you something I've read or something I believe. I'm telling you what I have experienced, and I have seen others experience it. We've had people in the Tuesday group that have told me, said, this has turned my life around completely. We've had people that have had some physical ailments that have vanished. It's extremely powerful. And ironically, there's only about 3 or 4 people connected to Unity that actually show up. But there's quite a few people in the community that show up. So we're doing what we set out to do. And certainly I understand there's a zillion reasons why people don't come to that, because it's on a Tuesday and there's other things and, blah, blah, blah. I do offer a Zoom meditation on Wednesday morning. That time's not a lot better for some people. But anyhow, point is, this works. So let's just take a moment to kind of go through those steps to feel that stillness. This releasing reliance simply means to set it aside, to disconnect from it, to stop allowing it to define who and what we are. And just relax into that silent, still state. You can feel a sense of expansion where your consciousness is moving out beyond your body. We have an auric field that extends about a meter all around our body, even further possibly. You can feel that sense of expansiveness, of opening up to the divine, just allowing it to flow into the core of our being. We are one. My Father and I are one. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Jesus is being literal. Feel it. Don't think it so much. Just feel it. Feel that oneness, connected to the source of all that is, knowing ourselves as that source, knowing each other as that source. Rejoice. Be open to great bliss. So now, obviously, we can stay in this state at home as long as we wish, as long as we are able. But the process of returning is also a part of the meditation. In fact, the meditation never truly ends. So we can focus on our heart center. Bring this awareness, this oneness into the heart center, the chakra. Merge with the frequency of divine love, unconditional love, unimaginable love. Allow it to flow into your being, into every cell, tissue, organ systems, the whole body filled with divine light and love. If you wish, you can imagine the heart opening like a lotus blossom, releasing this love, this radiance into the world. Energy follows the mind. If we think of someone in need, or a group, or a situation, this loving frequency will go to that source. Finally, it's extremely beneficial to end the meditation with an agreement with ourselves to not forget our alignment with the divine, to invite the divine into our life. Every detail, from the most mundane to the most dramatic and tragic, whatever it might be, our work, our travel, invite the Spirit to infuse actions of body, speech, and mind. Be open to seeing the divine in the world. All of life, all the living beings, the earth itself. There is no not God. So when you're ready, you can slowly bring the awareness back to the functional mind. Slowly open the eyes and return. Okay. That was an abbreviated version, but it gives you the idea. I highly recommend you, if you're interested, to pursue some form of meditation. There are many different approaches. If I can ever be of any help with anybody, I love to talk about it, so glad to offer you what I can. So I think that's it. Thank you so much.
lost in the maze of the world, trapped in the prison of the mind. Don't let this fear betray you. Give the soul a glass of wine. Oh, we are the blessing of a star. We are the spark of the divine, no resistance, so sublime. Are you a saint or a sinner? Saint or a sinner? A loser or a winner? Put these thoughts to sleep. No secrets to keep. Shattered walls crumble down. Shadows give way to the light. Fearless our approach. No need to fight. Oh, we are the blessing of a star. We are the spark of the divine, no resistance, so sublime. La 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 la. La 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 la. Oh, we are the blessing of a star. We are the spark of the divine, no resistance, so sublime. On this caravan of love, in this dusty world of time, we must remember this. Give the soul a glass of wine. Oh, we are the blessing of a star. We are the spark of the divine, no resistance, so sublime. Oh, we are the blessing of a star. We are the spark of the divine, no resistance, so sublime. We are the spark of the divine, no resistance, so sublime.
Thank you again, and thank you, Phil. One of the things that I'm so grateful for in this community is that every Sunday is a little different. We have all kinds of music, we have a variety of speakers, and it's just a new experience every time. So thanks, everybody. So now our ushers are coming forward for our time of thanks. So please join me as we hold our gifts to the community in our hands and love in our hearts. So let's affirm together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. So while the love offering is being collected, let's sing together again with Holly, We Let It Be.
Wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. The joy wash over us.
And as our ushers come forward, here is our prayer of thanks. Please listen. We are grateful and we bless the flow of good that supports our Unity community. We bless the givers who give their time, talent, and treasure. We stand in the knowing that the flow of good goes forth only to return again and again, and so it is. Amen. All right, now we have many opportunities. So first of all, it is Lent season for those who like to participate in that. So there are these little booklets called Let Go, Let God that are free for you. They're out in the foyer, so if you'd like one, please pick it up. And we always want to give a special welcome to our guests today. It is such a blessing to have you here, and we want you to get more information if you would like it. So please feel free to talk to any one of us, or there are welcome packets in the foyer. So please just ask and come back again. We'd love to have you. The Sunday Lunch Bunch is meeting at Papa Kino's, 837 Massachusetts Street. I already have lunch plans. Gosh darn, I like Papa Kino's. Anyway, that's pizza, for those of you who may not know. And everyone is welcome. It's a nice social time if you'd like to gather. Lessons in Survival Italian with Francesca is meeting at 4 today. There's our Francesca downstairs in the fellowship hall. So go have pizza and then come back and learn some Italian. And it seems like there's a little theme running through there. And then you've already heard about our Tuesday nights with open meditation with Phil Roger. It meets right here at 6:30. And then on Wednesdays from 4:30 to 6:30, we have our Unity Hangouts downstairs. And so we get together, we play games, we listen to music, we put together puzzles. It's a great social time to hang out together, and all ages are welcome. So please see Sarah or Bethany. Sarah's right back. Do you want to wave for those who may not? Okay. There's Sarah back there. If you have any questions, excuse me. Okay, this spring, this is very exciting. We're going to be starting a Youth of Unity chapter here at Unity of Lawrence. So the U program is an international youth group for teens aged 14 to 18 that encourages and assists their spiritual growth, creating connections, and helping them express their most authentic selves. We anticipate starting this up by mid to late March. If you have a teen that is age 14 to 18 and would like more information, please contact Jay Pryor. Many of you know Jay. Jay is not here this morning, but you can contact them at j.pryor@gmail.com. There's no dot. Oh, okay, I have a dot. You don't have a dot. Good luck with that. Dot, no dot. Probably there's not a dot. I don't know, though. One way or the other, it's going to work. Put both addresses in, and one will jump back, right? Okay, we have a humor concert with Greg Tamblyn coming up. This is just a mark your calendars. Yes, Bruce, exactly. This guy is funny. He has inspiring, positive messages. He's very talented. He plays the guitar. He uses humor. He's an award-winning artist. And that is Sunday, March 3rd. We don't have that one up. Sunday, March 3rd at 1:30 in the afternoon. And I believe it's a sliding scale, $15 to $20 suggested. So mark your calendars. Okay, 90 Breathwork Journeys is starting tomorrow, February 19th at 6 p.m. with Sabrina Channel from Channels of Healing. Sabrina will be guiding breathwork journeys on the first and third Mondays of the month here at Unity of Lawrence. Each breather will have the opportunity to learn specific breathing techniques to activate or down-regulate and go deep into the subconscious to access and release in a safe environment the traumas and beliefs that hold people back and restrict healing. Each class is $50. Space is limited, so please call or text her to reserve your space, or if you have any questions. And her number is that up there? Her number is 785-393-6999. 6400. So Channels of Healing is the name of her business. And her name is Sabrina Channels. You can find her on the web, too, if you couldn't catch that number. Okay, we have an opportunity to provide food and hospitality to 2 families for a week in March with the nonprofit organization Family Promise. And we have 3 nights of dinner we're hosting, and those commitments are made. We've got that covered. Thank you all who have offered to do that. We also need to provide a simple breakfast and lunch groceries for that week. So we either need like gift cards from Walmart to buy the groceries, or you can sign up for specific groceries. And there's a whole sign up little table in the back out by the door. So if you're interested in buying, eggs or an orange or, whatever, there's a very specific list, and we need all of those needs filled. And if you have any other questions, Pat Phillips is here. You want to wave? There she is back there. She's coordinating all of that with her partner, Lisa. So thank you for coordinating all of that. So join us next Sunday when J.Pryor or J.Pryor or jpryor@gmail or .gmail.com will bring us the message from fear to faith. And special music will be with Greg Pellegrin. Okay, so now let's rise together and sing the peace song.